Hey guys, it's Troy. I wanted to do a quick video about the power of journaling. So this is a bit more of a sort of mindset, self-development kind of video, but it does apply to the dating stuff as well, depending on the situation that you are in. I am on the fence about what you might call the more woo-woo type self-help things that get presented to us. I have found affirmations to be extremely valuable in my journey, both in terms of dating and in terms of career and other aspects of my life. I've also found, affirmations, and what's the other one? I've also found visualization to be very powerful as well. So they're relatively, not woo-woo, but they're things that you think, well, does that actually work or does it not work? I found them to be very useful. A third thing that I found to be extremely useful is journaling, actually, or just sitting down and writing about my thoughts and experiences. I found that to be extremely powerful, and it's funny because, you know, I've always been a writer. I've always been somebody who is attuned to writing. I've written since I was a little boy. You know, I remember in my grandmother's garden, I used to go around there. She would look after me when my mum was working or doing something else, and I would have a little desk and I'd have a little typewriter and I'd sit there and I'd type, or I'd sit there and I'd write in a notebook, and it was always just part of me, right? And that's kind of why I'm doing this job now, because my first foray into this space was not making videos or coaching people. It was just writing. It was blogging, and then it was writing books about all of this, you know, the dating and the dating marketplace and all of this stuff. So it's always been something that I've been very intimately intertwined with, but strangely, and journaling was never something that really came naturally to me. I think when I was a teenager, I was always nervous about keeping a diary because I was worried that, you know, people in my family would find it and look at it, you know, like my stepmother and stuff like that. You know, there wasn't a lot of great deal of privacy in the house. So it wasn't really something that I did, and then I was always a little bit self-conscious about it as I grew older. But then it was something that I picked up, and I did start to do. I read a book called The Artist's Way. I forget the author's name, but if you look up The Artist's Way, you'll find it. And one of the exercises, and this is about unlocking your creativity, and one of the exercises that she recommends in the book is sitting down and doing free writing. That is just free stream of conscious writing in a book, in an A4 journal, and doing 3 pages every morning. Okay, and I did get into that when I was quite a lot younger, and I've had loads and loads of notebooks just filled with this writing, and you know, over many months and years. And sometimes I'll throw it away, and sometimes I'll keep it and look back on it. A lot of the time I'll just throw it away, and a lot of the old notebooks that I had I just threw away. And I did that because it's not so much going back and reading it again that's where the value comes. It's more just the doing of it where the value comes through. Okay, then I probably put it down again for a little bit, and then what I found actually was when I was doing blogging. So for a long time I was doing a daily written blog. That was my main content. Okay, now it's more video, and there's my daily email. And if you're not on my email list, by the way, I'll leave a link below, but you need to get on it because I share some real gold to my email subscribers. But I was doing this daily blog, and there would be the usual ups and downs in terms of dating and so on. You know, I'd meet somebody and things would go well for a bit and then they go badly. And what I found is that just writing about it, and actually writing about it and publishing it, so this was a whole different ballgame, because now I was writing about it and I was putting it out. I found that actually to be incredibly therapeutic. And I remember a couple of incidents that happened some years ago, you know, 2017 actually. A couple of things that happened that were quite, you know, painful. They weren't great things, you know, that occurred in my dating life. And but I wrote about them, and just the act of writing about them I found would take the sting out of it somewhat. Okay, amazingly powerful. All right, amazingly powerful. Just to sit down there, no holds barred, write about the thing, put it out there. I was publishing it. You don't have to publish it, but I was publishing it at the time. Incredibly cathartic, incredibly powerful. Okay, and this is a testament to the stupidity of human nature, or the stupidity of my nature. Even though I was aware that this was incredibly powerful, I didn't always keep it up regularly, you know. So I've, like with many of these practices and things like meditation and stuff, you know, I've gone in and out of doing journaling regularly, but I'm back on it at the moment. And again, I'm not publishing this stuff now because it's stream of conscious. It's not really for publication. It's just my own, things that I'm thinking about, different stuff that's going on in my life. But just the act of sitting down and getting out my feelings and my thoughts out on paper, even if it's just for me, even if I throw it away immediately afterwards, is quite profound. Okay, it really does seem to free me from some of those thoughts and feelings that I might have that otherwise might prove to be debilitating or certainly very troublesome, to say the least. It really does help a lot. So I would say that this is something that you should try. Okay, now one way that people have used journaling in the men's dating space is they've used it to keep a record of their progress with the dating stuff. Okay, so if you're going out and you're starting to approach women in a way that perhaps you haven't before, one thing that can be helpful is to just chart that journey. Now again, there are plenty of guys who have blogs and they publish it online. You can have a locked blog where you don't actually publish it, but you write out the reports anyway, or you can just do it in a notebook, or you can just do it in Word and just keep it as a file on your computer or on your desk or whatever, right? It doesn't really matter. It's more the act of writing it that's important rather than what then happens with it afterwards. But it can be useful to see your progress, to chart your progress, and to get some insights, because as you sit there and write, it's just a different, it seems to integrate with the brain in a different way, okay, rather than just I don't know what else you would do really, but rather than just thinking about it or talking to a friend about it maybe or something, the act of writing about it in solitude seems to open a pathway in your brain that doesn't exist otherwise. And when you do that, you're able to gain great insights, I have found, into the circumstance at hand. So it might be that writing about, your approaches, it might be writing about your dating, what's happening with your dating life, will give you insights that you wouldn't otherwise have got, okay, into what you're doing and what's happening. So it can be incredibly valuable from that point of view. And then I would say as well, writing about the relationships that you get into, and I say relationships, it could be casual, it could be a one-night stand, whatever, but writing about these interactions is also valuable, particularly if they go badly for some reason. Okay, a girl ghosts you, you guys hook up and then she doesn't want to see you again, whatever it is, right? Writing about that, even if it feels painful, but sitting down and writing about it can be really helpful, because it can help you to sort of put it into context and make it right sized. Okay, and you don't have to show anybody. Okay, you don't have to publish it. You certainly don't have to publish it. You don't have to share it with anybody. It's for you and it's for you only, and you can destroy it if you want, you can delete the file, you can throw away the notepaper, it's fine. But just the act of doing it, I think you will find to be incredibly cathartic, and it will help you to learn from these things, but it will also help you to move on from them, okay? Or at least give you some detachment from them. That's certainly what I found when I've been doing journaling in recent months. So definitely something to consider. I would recommend it. You don't need to get some fancy expensive notepad. You don't need to buy a Mont Blanc pen or anything like that. It's not about that. It's about just literally getting it out from your brain and putting it down on paper, okay? Whether that's a screen or whether that's notepaper. I quite like notepaper, but I don't have any with me over the last few days. I've been at my girlfriend's at the weekend, so I've been doing it on my computer. I've been doing it on the notes file on my phone. As long as you do it, that's the main thing, and then find out your preferred way of doing it, and then go with that. Anyway, little tip for you. I don't know whether you've tried journaling. I'd be interested to know other people's experiences. So if you've got anything to say about this, put it in the comment section below. Let me know. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in coaching with me, or you're interested on coming onto the Edge course, we've still got a couple of spots left, which is our 8-week online course teaching you everything you need to know about dating skills and masculinity in general. Or you want to come out to Bogota, Colombia with us from the 16th to the 20th of October. There are a couple of spots left there. Drop me an email, troy@realtroyfrancis.com, and we can have a chat about it. Put your WhatsApp details in as well. We can have a chat. See you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.